mas magaling magnegosyo yung alam niya hawakan yung sweldo. Mas magaling magnegosyo kasi na-train na siya eh. May disiplina na siya eh. Pero pag wala kang disiplina in terms of cash flow,
Patay ka.
patay ka doon. Siyempre, hindi naman pwedeng nagninegosyo ka tapos wala kang pera para sa pagkain mo, gasolina mo, pang-amortize ng kotse mo. Hindi naman pwedeng ganon. Therefore, kinakailangan, alamin mo, out of your business, magkano yung kukuhanin kong sweldo.
Sweldo.
Sweldo muna. Sweldohan mo yung sarili mo.
Oo.
Kasi pag hindi mo ginawa yun, tumalaki yung business mo, kuha ka lang ng kuha, you will lose your discipline in your household, you will lose your discipline in the company.
This is Money Masters, where true stories spark real change.
The views and opinions expressed by guests on Chink Positive are their own and do not necessarily represent those of the producers, hosts, or network. Chink Positive is for entertainment and informational purposes only. While guests may share insights on financial and business topics, this does not imply endorsement of any products or services. Viewers should perform with their own research.
Ako nakikita ko eh.
Ano?
God will bless those who know how to manage. Yan lang ang principle ko. If you know how to manage the little that you have, definitely mag-grow yun. Kasi God is giving you more opportunities to make money.
Oo, kasi nung 90%,
Di ba?
Oo, 90%, let's put numbers. 90% at 20,000, 18,000
Yeah.
ang
Oo.
gastos ko.
Oo.
E nung kumita ko ng 100K, 50%.
Oo.
50% of 100K is 50.
Oo. Oo.
From 18 to 50.
Yes.
Mas malaki pa rin yung 50.
Oo.
Kahit na binabaan ko from 90 to 50.
Oo.
Pero ang
Correct.
miracle, 100K kasi kinikita na.
Oo.
Ano yung 20% ng 100K?
20,000.
At may savings ako for emergency pa na 20K per
Correct.
month.
Oo.
Ano yung 30% ng 100K?
Oo.
Meron
Yeah.
ako investable fund na 30,000
Yeah.
pesos per month.
Yeah. So, ang sinasabi mo, Chinky, is if you stay disciplined and you grow in terms of character, knowledge, and skill, and you grow your income and you stay disciplined, sigurado, your savings will grow, your investing will grow, your skill in managing your investments will grow, lahat nag-grow. Pero you stay disciplined kasi kung wala ka naman discipline, kahit na lumaki yung income mo, mauubos din.
Yeah,
Kasi ang key doon is the discipline of the person eh.
yeah. Guys, kailangan meron din kayo money management system talaga. Alam mo, kung hindi, alam mo, ito yung nangyayari. O sige, kumita ka ng 20,000, 5,590. So, ang mangyayari niyan, kumikita ka nga, di ba? 18,000 nga nagagastos mo. Pero, nung nag-ano ka, 100K, 5,590 ka pa rin. 90,000 na nga gastos mo.
Yeah.
Pero yung savings mo, 5,000 lang.
Correct.
Investing mo, 5,000.
Correct.
Saan ka dadalhin dun?
And this is what my thought about this. Ito yung principle na pinanghawakan ko, no? You focus on discipline. Because if you don't focus on that, your need for more money will increase. Because you're not able to handle what you have. Your need for money will increase. Such that, ang mangyayari nun, you will begin chasing money. If you start chasing money, vulnerable ka sa scam.
Oo.
Kasi hinahabol mo na kasi ang need mo hindi na ma-manage yung need mo eh. And therefore, you feel like I need more money. So, ang nangyayari instead na nag-improve yung discipline mo, you chase money. And therefore, doon ka magkakaroon ng malaking problema, you're vulnerable to scams.
Can you tell us one story na pinayuhan mo yan na nangyari?
Ito ito kasi ang problem natin is we look at money as the savior or we look at money as the solution to every problem. We were so conditioned by the world around us that the solution to every problem is money. And we look up to people who have sports cars, who have travels. We look up to them, no? Para bang yun ang measure ng success. Okay, so ano nangyari sa atin? Ang tingin natin, money is so important. So yung isa, nagnegosyo, okay, negosyo siya, magaling siya, pero hindi siya contented. Okay, ang nangyari is, nung nakaipon siya, 6 million, tinaya niya sa isang promise of high return na investment. Naubos. Ayun ang masakit, Chinky. When he told me that, he was saying na hindi alam ng pamilya ko to
Oh no.
na naubos na yung savings namin.
Tinago niya.
You know what he told me? Gusto ko na mag-suicide. Hindi lang isa yung nag-message sa akin ng ganyan, Chinky. Kasi what happened is we thought that money is the savior. And nakalimutan natin na yung gumagaling tayo sa paghawak ng pera, gumagaling tayo doon sa pagnenegosyo at tama yung priorities natin, the family, yung money ang naging objective. Kaya actually, nagkaroon ng ganung problema. Kasi kung tama yung priority mo at you are a good steward of God in managing your finances dahil gusto mo maging blessing ka sa iba o ka maging pabigat, then God will bless you.
So, teach us on how you can, Boni de Jesus, how did you become a good steward? Na siyempre, nung nag-umpisa ka, swelduhan ka lang eh. Pero ngayon, ang dami mo ng mga investment, properties. Guys, kung mapuntahan nyo pa yung sa, talagang ganda ng property niya sa Cavite. Cavite ba yan?
Yeah.
Oo. So, we went there. It's really so amazing. So, how did the Boni de Jesus, di ba, became a good steward?
I'm so thankful sa Lord, no, na hindi ako lumaki sa pamilya na malangya, na sobra-sobra. Lumaki ako sa family ng tatay namin is an employee, no? Tama lang yung kita, palaging gipit, no? Nakita ko yung magulang namin na palaging gipit, pero tama yung values, no? Lumaki ako sa ganung pamilya. So, nagkaroon ako ng thought na sana mas sagana kaysa dito, no? And then nakita ko naman yung dad namin na matipid, disiplinado, mahigpit sa pera, no? So, lumaki ko na sira yung sapatos ko going to school, I rode the jeep, I rode the buses, no? Inaantok ako sa bus na gano'n, no? Alam ko lahat yon, nadaanan ko yon. So, nakita ko yung value ng discipline. And for me, this is so important. Discipline is very important na kung disiplinado ka doon sa maliit ka pa lang, no? Pag lumaki ka, you value that discipline. Hindi valuable na yung pera sa iyo eh. Kasi alam mo, ang value mo talaga doon sa na-develop mo na abilidad, character, skill, discipline. Yun ang value mo talaga na binigay ng Diyos sa'yo. So ngayon, kung ganun ang attitude mo, eventually, God brings opportunities to you. You know, kanina pinag-usapan natin yung opportunities, no? Kanino dumadating yung opportunity? Dumadating yung opportunity dun sa tao na ready. Sino yung taong ready na yon? Yung taong may discipline, yung taong marunong humawak ng pera, yung taong marunong mag-manage, yung hindi naghahabol sa pera, yun yung disiplinado. Sa kanya lalapit yung opportunities. Pag lumapit sa kanya yung opportunity, hindi masasayang yung opportunity. That's why God brings the opportunity in front of the person who is ready kasi hindi siya masasayang.
Yeah.
Now, if you catch that opportunity, you get to the next level, mas lucrative yon. Mas, mas abundant ka doon. Mas na-enjoy mo siya. And then, paakyat ka ng paakyat. What happens? Hindi ka naghahabol. You're actually after your self-development.
Guys, napakalaga na itong pinag-uusapan natin na ito, no? Na talagang you should really learn, yun nga, yung be disciplined, tapos nga, yung right opportunity, right time. Yun nga, may nagsasabi, you're just at the right time at the right place. Ito lang, let's discuss that. Kung yan ang sinasabi mo, right time, right place, okay, may nag-offer sa'yo, sasakyan, 1.5 million brand new. Binili ng friend mo, bigla na lang, after a week, nalaman nila, kailangan nila na mag-migrate to Canada, binibenta sa yung 500,000. Yung 1.5 para maging cash lang. Kahit na i-offer sa'yo yan, right time, right opportunity, kung wala kang 500,000, you're not the right person. Di ba? Yun eh. Actually, opportunity comes to the people who are ready. Yun ang sinasabi mo. O kunyari, dumating sa akin yan, may
meron ka, extra.
Exactly.
Hindi mo ugutin sa negosyo mo.
Bibili ko agad yan, bukas magiging 1M na yan. Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi ko, guys. Huwag kayong maniwala sa right time, right opportunity. Right time, right opportunity, wrong person, hindi pa rin ikaw.
Hindi lahat ng opportunity para sa'yo.
Oo.
Pwedeng yung opportunity na yon maganda para do sa kaibigan mo, pero hindi para sa'yo.
Kaya nga, kailangan handa ka ikaw mismo eh. Let's talk about right now, people problems. Diba? Especially in a business kasi. O meron ka ng system, meron ka ng pera, growing siya. Pero it's so hard to scale. Pag yun nga, nahihirapan yung mga entrepreneurs na magtiwala at mag-delegate at maghanap ng tamang tao. So how do you solve that?
Actually, yung one approach is habang nag-grow yung business mo, yung mga tao mo nag-grow din. Be a servant, di ba? How do you serve your people? You serve them by bringing out the best in them. Kung hindi ako mag-aaral, kung hindi ako mag-grow in terms of skill sa ginagawa ko, hindi ako magiging magaling, no? Paano naman ako magta-thrive?
Magpasalamat ka kung anong meron pinagkaloob sa iyo ng Diyos sa araw na ito. But you should not be satisfied.
Correct.
Hindi ka dapat maging complacent.
It's not how much you have, but what you do with what you have. Bakit yung iba hindi nag-grow yung mga tao nila?
Bakit?
Kasi hindi tinitrain ng may-ari. Lahat ng desisyon nanggagaling doon sa may-ari. Okay? Or, hindi fit yung mga tao para sa kumpanya niya. Kasi, parang masasabing fit yung tao, dalawang bagay, no? Character and competence. Kaya na kailangan hanapin mo sa tao mo yun. Character and competence. Or yung character niya is mapapagkatiwalaan siya, di ba? Yung character niya is willing siya mag-grow, willing siyang matuto, no? Competence. Competent ba siya doon sa trabaho niya ngayon? Pag nag-grow yung company mo, competent pa rin ba siya? Di ba? So, kinakailangan habang nag-grow yung kumpanya mo, ikaw mismo as an owner, nag-grow ka. Nag-grow din yung mga tao mo. E paano kung hindi nga nag-grow yung mga tao mo? Ha? Kukuha ka ngayon sa labas. Somebody more competent. Okay lang yun, no? Very important kasi yung organization mo is able to handle the size of the company. Nag-i-improve siya. In the same way na nag-i-improve ka, nag-i-improve din yung organization mo. Hindi pwedeng ganun pa rin yung organization mo. Character and competence, very important.
Ang galing na sinabi. Yung sinabi na worth the fit, F-I-T. Nung sinasabi mo yun, parang nagkaroon ako ng idea, kung hahanap ka ng employee, number one, kailangan faithful siya.
Faithful, oo.
Diba? Kung pwede bang mapagkatiwalaan. Diba? Integrity. Diba? In other words, yung ibig sabihin ng integrity is something that you do even no one's looking at you. Number 3, yung competence, sinasabi mo, trained ba to? Kahit na kasing, ito yan guys kahit faithful yan, di ba? Kunyari, maaga siya pumapasok, di ba? Talagang masipag, pero walang integrity.
Wala integrity.
Oo, pwede kang nakawa niya. Pero pwede rin maging faithful and may integrity. Pero hindi naman trained, walang skill.
Walang skill.
Di ba?
Mapapagkatiwalaan mo, hindi magnanakaw, pero hindi naman siya skilled.
Kaya kailangan, guys, if you want to look for a person talaga, na, that's how David, King David also led his people. He has a good heart and a skillful hand.
He has a skill in tending for the sheep.
Diba?
Magaling siya. Kaya, isang ganun lang niya, sapol yung layon sa ulo. Kaya nung hinarap siya kay Goliath, easy na sa kanya.
Yung layon nga, moving target, si Goliath.
Di ba lalo na si Goliath? Bagal, no? Kalaki.
At saka yung layon, hindi naman ganun kalaki. Si Goliath, ang laki-laki.
So, in other words, kung ano yung hawak ng tao, kinakailangan maging magaling siya doon.
At saka siya, di ba? Yun nga, fit siya Faithful siya. He first fought the bear, actually, muna. And then after the bear, he fought the lion.
Yes.
And then after the lion, he fought Goliath.
May training may skill development.
Ano yun nga, na-train, di ba?
Pero alam mo, ito napansin ko, no? Kasi kung yung may-ari, hindi siya nag-grow from being a salesman to a CEO, to a leader, yung organization, hindi rin mag-grow. Kasi iba yung leader kesa do sa manager o sa salesman Magkaiba Ang leader kasi, he empowers his people. Diba? Kasi ang usual na concept natin ng leader is utos ng utos, utos ng utos. That's the kind of exposure that we have Parang leader na concept natin is so corrupted that we don't see it, no? In reality, a leader is somebody who serves his people. Diba sabi ni Jesus, no? Be a servant. Diba? How do you serve your people? You serve them by bringing out the best in them. That's how you empower them. Tulungan mo silang mag-rise up. Kasi pagka hindi naman lumalaki yung kumpanya mo, para sa iyo lang yun.
Oo.
Hindi siya lalaki Kasi sabi
mga tao hindi rin maging happy.
Sabi mo, itong business na ito para lang pantawid gutom lang to. Di, ganun na mangyayari, no? Tatawid mo lang sa gutom yung mga tao mo, no? Pero kung talagang leader, you want your business to grow kasi yung mga tao mo, gusto mo mag-grow din sila
So, let's talk about numbers again. What are the 3 financial numbers every business owner must check on a weekly and a monthly basis?
Cash flow.
Cash flow pa rin.
We call it in financial lingo, you gotta look at your working capital position. Ang ibig sabihin nun, yung cash ko plus collectible ko plus inventory ko na mabebenta ko within 1 month period, yan. Mas malaki kesa do sa babayaran kong inventaryo, babayaran kong supplier, mas malaki yan. Pag binangga mo yan, mas malaki palagi ito. We call it working capital position. In other words, cash flow. Yung ikot ng cash sa company mo, binabantayan mo yan. Hindi pwedeng negative ka.
Okay. Let's talk about naman, how do you integrate naman as a Bonnie De Jesus? We know that you're a man of faith. How can you integrate faith and finance in financial decisions in business?
Okay. Actually, the way I look at business, God owns our business. Okay? And we are stewards. So there are certain skills that we have to learn in order to be a good steward, no? Kinakailangan makita natin yung distinction between my responsibility to God as a steward and God's grace, favor to me. Dahil gusto ng God na umunlad ako. Gusto niya na maging blessing ako sa employees, maging blessing ako sa customer, supplier, sa community. Gusto niya yon. Therefore, habang gumagaling ako doon sa ginagawa ko as a steward, lalong dumadalo yung blessing sa akin. Pero hindi dadalo yung blessing sa akin kung hindi ako magaling. In other words, stewardship is very important as a child of God. Or in my faith, stewardship is very important. The expression of my faith as a business person is actually good stewardship dahil I'm doing this in obedience to God.
Galing.
So, yun yung faith ko. Pagka hindi ko na-demonstrate yun, kasi ang sometimes the interpretation of faith is like this.
Paano?
Nagka-problema ako. Takbo ako sa Diyos. Lord, solve mo. Sabi ni Lord, hindi ka nag-i-improve Hindi mo minanage ng maayos.
Hindi ka naman faithful at the start.
Hindi ka faithful. So, in other words, you have to be a faithful steward in order to reap the blessings from God. Kasi hindi natin pwede ipasa kay Lord yung hindi naman para sa Kanya. Nilagay ka niya dyan para maging good steward ka, para maging blessing ka. No? So, minsan, we're not improving, and yet, we tell God, Lord, solve mo ito yung problema ginawa ko. It doesn't make sense, di ba?
Yeah, guys, ito lang parang parable of the talent yan, if you're familiar, di ba? A manager and a leader was given, binigyan niya yung lahat ng mga, based on their gifting. And then after a few months, bumalik siya and then took an account. And the other one, doubled it, and the other one, kept it. Sabi niya kasi, takot ako baka malugi pa, at least sinoli ko sa'yo. So, alam mo ginawa ng nung master, binawi sa kanya yung isa. Sabi niya, you wicked and lazy servant. Tapos binigay pa sa isang tao
doon sa mas magaling.
Oo, di ba? So ako, naniniwala ako, guys, kung kayo pinagpala kayo ni Lord, binigyan kayo ng pagkakataon na magtrabaho. Binigyan kayo ng pagkakataon na kumita ngayon o magnegosyo. Habang kumikita yan, alagaan nyo. Bakit? Kung hindi nyo alagaan yan, pwedeng bawiin ni Lord yan anytime. At alam mo gagawin? Yung binigay sa'yo, ipagkakatiwala sa iba.
Correct.
Diba?
Kasi natural eh. Natural.
Hindi na-gets ng tao yan eh. Na, that's the reason why some people ask me, Bonnie, Chinky, why are you so driven? Diba? Diba yun, marami ka na na-achieve, and ba't hanggang ngayon?
Kasi steward tayo eh.
Exactly. Kasi, guys, ito kung hindi ko inalagaan to, alam mo gagawin ni Lord? Babawiin to sa akin.
Correct.
Ibibigay to kay Bonnie.
Nakita ko naman paano ka nag-umpisa eh.
Diba?
It started with nothing. Diba?
Yeah. Di ba nagbibenta ako?
Fire extinguishers.
Lahat. No, we've known each other for how many years na, Bonnie?
That was in the 1990s. Diba? Can you imagine? 30 years. No?
Yeah, 1990s. 35 years.
So, I've seen how faithful you are in what God entrusted to you, no? Kung isipin mo, Chinky, sabi mo, wala eh. Puro reklamo ka, puro complain, puro dahilan kung bakit di ka asenso. What could have happened to your life?
Ay, nako. It's a different story. Okay, let's talk about, Siyempre, ang goal natin, from survival to stability, from stability to profitability, from profitability na to scalability na.
Yes.
Mag-scale na. Okay, what shift happened when you started seeing yourself? Like for example, ikaw, paano ka na nag-scale? Ikaw mismo. How do you scale your operation? Ikaw yung career mo, paano ginawa mo?
Unang-una yung desire ko na umasenso. Sabi ko sa sarili ko, hindi pwedeng ganito na lang ako. And nakita ko din naman dun sa mga tao nakapaligid sa akin kasi I'm in the business world, no. Nandun ako sa finance company. Nakita ko naman dun sa mga tao na yung attitude nila is to keep on growing, to keep on scaling. Nakita ko din naman yon. So, na-apply ko din sa sarili ko. Sabi ko, kung hindi ako mag-aaral, kung hindi ako mag-grow in terms of skill sa ginagawa ko, hindi ako magiging magaling, no? Paano naman ako magta-thrive? Sabi mo nga, surviving to thriving. How do you progress from surviving to thriving? Okay. Pagka yung tao, nasanay siya na surviving, he is in a loop.
Oo.
He is caught in a trap.
Oo, parang
Diba?
rat race yan, di ba?
Para yung
hamster.
yung daga,
Oo.
yung daga, ikot ng ikot.
Oo.
Akala niya actually, yun ang buhay. Kasi hindi siya nagkaroon ng thought na pwede akong umasenso. Hindi siya nagkaroon ng thought na yun. Alam mo, bottom line, hindi siya nag-aaral beyond what he knows already. Para sa kanya, naatali siya ng thought na ang buhay, kain. Kain lang, tapos
Tulog,
trabaho, kain.
gising, yeah.
So may kasabihan na isang kahig, isang tuka, di ba? Yun yung narinig ko nung bata pa ako. Kinakanta ngayon eh. Isang kahig, isang tuka. Nung bata ako, ano ba kaya? Isang kahig, isang tuka, no? And totoo siya, no? Kasi meron mga tao na pag kumita ng malaki, ayun, enjoyment na, di ba? Or sugal, or inuman, di ba? Pag kumita ng malaki, tutuka uli siya, maghahanap uli siya ng pagkain the next day. Hindi niya alam na yung meron siyang mas malaki, it's time for him to grow, to study, mag-aral, no? Para na sa ganun, makakawala doon sa situation na yon.
Yeah.
So, binavalue kasi ng tao yung pera at yung mabibili para sa kasiyahan niya. Hindi niya binavalue yon as something that will build his ability
To make
para
more.
long term.
Oo.
Para long term. Kinakailangan magkaroon siya ng dream na kaya ko namang umangat dito. Di ba may mga tao namang umaangat talaga eh. Kasi doon sa maliit, nagiging thankful sila. Alam nila na ito yung binigay sa akin ng Diyos. At pagbubutihan ko. At from here, magkakaroon ako experience, mag-grow ako.
Yeah.
Yun ang umaangat na tao.
So guys, ito lang yung parang mas lagay natin sa tamang na it's okay for you to be contented with whatever you have. Yun sinasabi ni Kuya Bonnie na magpasalamat ka kung anong meron pinagkaloob sa iyo ng Diyos sa araw na ito. But you should not be satisfied.
Correct.
Hindi ka dapat maging complacent.
Yun.
Oo. Kasi di ba, dati kumakain ka lang siguro isang beses ang araw. Dapat nangangarap ka, darating ang panahon, 3 beses kang isang araw kakain. Ngayon, namamasahe ka, nagda-commute ka lang, pero mangarap ka na darating ang panahon
Yes.
na magkakaroon ka ng sariling sakyan.
Mm.
Di ba? Magpasalamat ka ngayon na meron kang maliit na tirahan, may at least naupahan ka, pero mangarap ka na darating ang panahon,
Correct.
magkakaroon ka ng sariling bahay.
Mm.
Di ba? Dapat ganun yung ano natin, mindset. And the reason why you have that mindset is because of the people that you are surrounding yourself with. May kasabihan tayo, mga kapatid, na you are an average of the 5 people that you always associate with. Kung may 4 na chismoso na kasama mo, pang-5 ka. Pag may 4 na tomador, pang-5 ka. Pag may 4 na sugarol, pang-5 ka. Pag may 4 na matagumpay at nangangarap na tao, pang-5 ka. Pag may 4 na milyonaryo kang kasama, sooner or later, magiging pang-5 ka.
I like that.
Di ba?
Oo,
So,
tama.
talking about mentorship, di ba? Does mentorship matters? Di ba? Ano yung naging role ng mentorship sa pag-level up mo?
Actually, Chinky, ang dami kong natutunan doon sa mga kliyente ko. Akala nila, sila yung tinutulungan
baliktad,
ko.
no?
Ang totoo nun,
Kasi you're managing
Kasi
billions eh.
every time I sit down with an entrepreneur na
Oo.
tutulungan ko para makakuha ng funding,
Mm.
I ask them, paano ka nagsimula?
Oo.
Kwento-kwento sila. Excited sila magkwento. Paano ka nagsimula? Ito yung mga dinaanan ko. Ito yung ginawa ko noong una. Ganyan. Ang daming kwento, no? And I learned from them, no? Paano nagsimula itong taong to? I was a salesman in this company and then natutunan ko magbenta nitong produkto nito. Ito na nga yung pinoproduce ko. Nakakatuwa, no? Kasi yun yung importante na matandaan, ano? It's not how much you have, but what you do with what you have. That is very important. Kasi kung doon sa maliit na hawak mo, magrereklamo ka, para mo sinabi, si God, unfair. Pero actually, tinetest ka lang doon sa maliit. Kasi if you have the right attitude, na may faith ka, na pwedeng lumaki yung hawak mo, through good stewardship, good management, willing ka mag-sacrifice, God is your partner. You know why God is my partner? I always say that. God is my partner. You know why? Because it is He who gave me the ability
Yeah.
to create wealth.
Totoo.
Because it is He who knows my past. It is He who knows my experiences. It is He who knows the opportunities that are before me.
Mhm.
Partner siya eh. Kasi the moment I use that ability, no matter how small, the small resource that I have, in faith, I use it, God will be with me. You know why? Because there's a story to tell. Later, nakakakwento akong ganito kasi na-experience ko. I did a project study for the guy, for his client. I earned 20,000. After that, I resigned from my job. I was not after serving my client. I was after their money. Walang nangyari. After 9 months, naubos lahat ng savings namin. Binenta ko yung kotse namin. And then I was down to 1,500 pesos. Hindi ko na alam gagawin. Sabi ko, Stella, ito na lang ang pera ko.
Kapatid, sawa ka na ba parating kapos ang iyong kita? Well, I have good news for you. Join my free Income Generator Blueprint webinar. Here, I'm going to reveal to you paano ka magkaroon ng extra income kahit busy ka. Mindset shift from stress to blessed with peace of mind and financial freedom. Kung yan ang gusto mo, just type IGB sa comment section. Slots are limited. First come, first serve lang for the first 500. So click the link below. Can you explain to us, sino yung mga taong nag-mentor sa'yo that left really an impact in your life?
Of course, ang unang-una yung parents ko, no? Yung dad ko. He made it sure na tamang-tama lang. Yung baon namin, pati pagbili ng sapatos, every Christmas lang yan. Tipirin mo yung sapatos mo. Put na yung sapatos mo, nakanganga na, hintayin mo yung Christmas.
Oo.
Yun yung malaking aral na natutunan ko, yung discipline. No? Nakakita ko yung dad ko. Trabaho ng trabaho. Okay? So nakita ko yung discipline niya. Walang luxurious living. Simple lang talaga. Yung mother ko naman, very encouraging. Siya naman yung magsasabi sa akin na palagi na pag nagre-reklamo akong ganyan, sabihin niya, if there is a will, there's a way. Hindi ko nakakalimutan yung sinabi niya. If there is a will, there's a way. Sabi niya, oo nga, no, kung gusto mo,
Gawa kang paraan.
gawa ka ng paraan. So, natanim sa akin yun. Yun yung unang mentor ko. But of course, growing up, no, lahat yan, no, pastors around us, the Bible, I read it every day. I meditate on God's Word kasi yun naman ang sinabi ni Lord. Meditate on my Word, be courageous, be bold, no? Meditate on it day and night. Hindi naman nangangulugan hawak ko palagi yung Bible, kundi in my thought, while driving, while doing my job, naisip ko yung sinabi ni Lord na pinanghahawakan ko palagi. Ito yun.
Guys, ito lang napakalaga na kasi talaga ng mentorship Ang mentorship kasi is transferring of one's technology to the other. Iba kasi yung coaching sa mentoring. Like for example, Karate Kid is really mentoring. 'Di ba? Mini-mentor niya yung ano yung alam niya, 'di ba, nung si Pat Morita kay Ralph Macchio, tapos kay Jackie Chan, 'di ba? Yung sa ano. So, yan yung mentoring. Pero pag lumaban na yan, lumaban na, hindi na niya kayang mentor yan. Coach na. Nagbabago na yung role.
Yes.
Kasi yun, taga-guide na lang A coach naman, ang kagandahan sa coach, may blind spots tayo sa buhay. A coach can be able to help you to see yung mga blind spots mo.
Yes, yes.
Kaya ako, ang mentor ko, definitely, si Francis Kong in terms of my career as a book writer and a speaker. Without him, I don't think I will be the person that I am right now. And then right now, meron din ako mga coaches who helps me. And then talking about that, pagkatapos ng usap tayo siguro sa financial ko. Sa business finance ko, kailangan ko ng coach and guide din doon. So, how can you find na lang? Ikaw na lang. How can you find a mentor in your life? Kasi may mga iba, hindi alam paano.
Yung iba-iba kasi ng stages ng growth natin
Okay.
No, ibig sabihin, hindi ako nag-stay sa isang level lang, no. Yung community ko in the past is no longer my community now kasi nga I have to grow out of that
Na-level up
community.
na yun.
Nagle-level up na ako. Ngayon, I find my clients, my mentors already kasi nga they're bigger than me. Bilyonaryo sila Tsaka iba na yung kanilang leadership ability.
Yeah,
No? So I look
grabe.
up to them. I look up to them as my mentor. Na without them knowing it, they're actually mentoring me. So ganun naman kasi yung mentoring para sa akin you are getting mentored by people that you are in touch with. Kasi natural sa akin na nag-aaral ako palagi ask questions. I read the books that they recommend. I keep on reading books, listening to videos on teachings, on leadership, on marketing, ganyan. I keep on reading, no? At the same time, doon sa community namin, Kapayaman VIP, meron ako doon mga iba-ibang specific talent na tinuturuan din nila ako.
Oo.
I would say hindi ka naman kinakailangan magaling sa lahat ng bagay.
At saka hindi mo kailangan maging matanda sa isang bagay.
Oo, hindi siya ganoon I think leadership is basically acknowledging people in their own talents and abilities, no, acknowledging that they are better than you. And that's how I learned also.
Yeah.
I
Even
look
a
to
young
people.
person right now can mentor you sa social media.
Kaya, correct. I don't know too much about technologies I rely on people who knows better than me. So ganun yung aking attitude.
Wow.
I keep on learning. It's not like going to school I have been to school. I took up MBA pero tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung aking pag-aaral.
Actually, guys, ito lang yung mentoring kasi hindi mo naman, honestly, alam mo, hindi yung nag-attend ka lang ng seminar. Okay yan, good, di ba? Hindi ka lang nagbasa ng libro, good. Pero, did you know that you will get more?
Yeah.
If you spend time with, yung mentor mo, by watching them and observing them.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Di ba? Observe ko lang. Observe ko lang.
Oo, di ba? Paano ba siya mag-decide pag may crisis?
I ask
Paano siya
questions.
mag-respond? Paano, ano yung thinking pattern niya? Alam mo,
Paano siya mag-isip? Paano siya, di ba? Bakit crisis hindi siya nararatel? Hindi siya, naisip ako, bakit ganito to?
chill lang, di ba?
Di ba? Bilyon ng hawak, hindi nagpapanik. Bakit ganon? Ano meron siya?
Pero alam mo, one of the greatest mentor that I also consider in terms of leadership, leadership talaga, and na model sa akin is si Steve Merle, Pastor Steve Merle. I have an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to work with him for so many years. And another one is Joey Bonifacio.
Yeah, Joey, yeah. Oo.
So, na-mentoran talaga ako na matindi-tindi. Kaya nga, alam mo guys, pinaka-best siguro niyan, ito pa, qualification ko of a mentor is same values. Diba? Kunyari, ano yung values niya, values mo.
Correct.
Ano yung mahalaga sa kanya, mahalaga sa akin. Diba? Yun eh. At saka, isa pa, na hindi ko makalimutan na sinabi sa akin ni Francis Kong. Sabi niya, oh, kamusta ka na? Busy ako eh. Oh, may kita ba? Wala, busy lang. Sabi, alam mo, check mo. Check mo yung mga taong kasama mo madalas. Check mo kung magkano kinikita nila. And I can assure you, hindi kayo nagkakalayo. So when I investigated, nga no, we're just averaging around 20,000 a month. Sabi niya, kung gusto mo, hanap ka ng tao na higher than you so you can learn. So I look for people making 6 digits per month. And I was able to hit it. And I look for another level of people making 7 digits a month. I was able to hit it. And I look for people who's making 8 digits a month. I was able to hit it.
Correct.
So yun yung sinasabi mong nagle-level up.
Nagle-level up ka. Hindi pwedeng you stay in one place, di ba?
Kaya guys, if you're looking for mentor and coaches, Bonnie De Jesus is here.
Kapayaman VIP
community. Mamaya, i-ano natin yan. Pero guys, you can just reach out to us. We can help you out, no? Again, experience is not only the best teacher, but learning from other people's mistakes and experiences is the best teacher. Ika nga, walang shortcut to success.
Yes.
But you can cut short your learning curve.
Correct.
Di ba?
Failure is a good teacher, but you don't have to fail in order to learn.
Yeah. Kasi yun nga, parating nabentahan tayo na, yun nga, the only way you can learn is through mistakes. No.
No, you avoid mistakes.
I would like to take this opportunity as a mentoring time from you. Personal, let's talk about personal first. What's the personal biggest financial mistake you've ever made in your life?
I was never, honestly, because I am good in finance. With regards to money, I was never scammed.
Oh, good.
I was never scammed.
Talaga?
I never
Paano?
made a bad investment.
Paano mo na-prevent yan? Kasi, ito lang yung scam na yan, there are 2 ways for you to get scammed. Number 1, you're ignorant. He's not ignorant. Pero meron ding second way. Greed.
Yeah, great.
Oo nga. So, paano mo na-prevent yung na hindi ka nabudol?
Merong tinatawag na paranoia. Paranoia is like, palagi kang duda.
May trauma siguro. No?
Siguro na-develop din yung attitude kung ganyan. Kasi I'm always face-to-face with bankers. Bankers are paranoid people.
Oo, di ba? Mapagduda yan eh. Pag unang na-meet ka, di ba?
Parang nagkukwento ko pa lang ng negosyo. Come on. You prove that to me.
You're pulling my leg.
Parang ganon. So, na-develop din sa akin yon kasi because of my exposure. So, in investing, I always take the safest stand. Kasi ang totoo nun, ang attitude ko is, hindi ko kinakailangan ng maraming pera to be happy.
Totoo.
You can be a billionaire and be sad.
Lonely.
You can be a billionaire and happy. You can be a billionaire and sad. You can be a billionaire and happy. You can be a non-billionaire and sad.
Yeah.
You can be a non-billionaire and happy.
Totoo.
So ngayon, what makes you happy? Para sa akin, hindi naman ako papabayaan ni Lord eh.
Tama.
Diba?
Kumakain ka naman 3 beses.
Hindi ba?
Oo, malusog ka naman. Diba?
Hindi naman ako kinakailangan maghabol.
Totoo.
My aim is not to be a multi-billionaire. My aim is, I think, the value that we can add to this world is what matters.
Yeah.
Not the money that I earn. After all, iiwan ko lahat yan eh.
Totoo.
What matters is, ano ba yung naiwan kong value? Yung mga customers ba galit sa akin?
Totoo.
Yung mga tao ko ba nagtatampo sa akin, galit sa akin? So, yung mga anak ko ba, proud sila doon sa parents nila. Yung mga anak ko ba, naturuan ko ng proper stewardship. That they acknowledge the truth about God.
Yeah.
That they are not the owners, they're stewards.
Wow.
Naturuan ko ba sila nun?
Wow. So let's talk
At
about...
the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's not the money that
Yeah.
you will live in this world.
Totoo.
It's stewardship.
Ito naman, yung biggest business mistake. Kung wala kang personal finance mistake, may business
Ito. May kukwento ako. Noong nag-uumpisa pa lang ako, di ba, sabi ko sa'yo, naging financial consultant ako. My first attempt was, somebody asked me to do a financial projection, which I was able to do. He paid me 3,000 pesos. Bas sabi ko, sideline, pwede. So the second attempt was 20,000. I did a project study for the guy, for his client. I earned 20,000. After that, I resigned from my job.
No.
You know what, Chinky?
No.
Ang aim ko during that time, because I lacked the character, I lacked the understanding of what business is all about. I was in a hurry to make millions.
Yun.
In a hurry, no? So I resigned from my job. 9 months ako kumuha ng kliyente. Pinakita ko pa sa wife ko, kay Stella. O, tingnan mo, kikitain natin dito. Milyon. Sabi ko, pag natapos ito lahat, wala na tayong problema sa pera. Bibili tayo nito, bibili tayo noon.
Project ka na. Ang
Nag-project
ibig
na ako.
sabihin niya, mga kapatid, alam mo yung mistake na ginawa niya?
Oo.
Nagbilang na ng sisiyo na hindi pa napipisa ang itlog.
You know what my mistake was? I was not after serving my client. I was after their money. Walang nangyari. After 9 months, naubos lahat ng savings namin. Binenta ko yung kotse namin. And then I was down to 1,500 pesos. Hindi ko na alam gagawin. Sabi ko, Stella, eto na lang ang pera ko. Huwag mo munang babayaran yung apartment. Kasi kinakailangan natin kumain at least.
So, paano nang ginawa mo?
Ito magandang storya, Chinky. Hindi ko makakalimutan. In the finance company that I work for, hindi ko nasabihin ang pangalan. When I was about to resign, the person seated beside me resigned ahead of me one week. And then he told me, sabi niya, Bonnie, magtatayo ako ng negosyo. Out na ako dito. Pagka kumita yung negosyo ko at lumaki, kukunin kita. Sabi ko, yabang naman ito. Mas pataas ang position ko sa kanya, di ba? Pero sabi niya, pagka bumagsak, balik ako sa employment. Hindi ko nakalimutan yun. Nung bumagsak yung
Negosyo
consultancy
mo.
ko,
Oh.
wala na, ubos. Hindi ko na alam gagawin. I don't want to get back to employment. Pero ito nangyari. Tinawagan ako ng taong yun. 7 years after, tinawagan niya ako. Sabi niya, Bonnie, mag-usap tayo. Nag-usap kami. Sabi niya, gawin kitang presidente ng kumpanyang tinayo ko. Sabi ko, wala akong kotse. Pwede ba ako bigyan kita ng kotse. Binigyan ako ng brand new car. I
Wow.
worked for him.
Wow.
I went back to work.
Wow.
Di ba? President of the company. Yun yung ina-aspire ko when I was employed. Sabi ko, sana maging presidente ako ng kumpanya. Nagnegosyo ako. Ginawa muna ako ni Lord na presidente ng kumpanya. Tapos binilik ako sa freelancing.
Hindi, pero yun nga. Ito yung lesson dyan, guys. No? I hope you will appreciate this. God gives grace to the humble and He opposes the proud. Diba? Parang hinumble ka rin ni Lord.
Oo, hinabol ko.
Oo, na talagang, sige, gusto mong ganyan na. Pero, buti na lang, may humility ka, number 1, na bumalik sa trabaho.
Oo.
May humility ka na also tanggapin mo yung offer ng mas mababa sa'yo. Di ba? Ang sabi mo, ang yabang-yabang mo. Di ba nagigets mo?
Lumaki yung kumpanya.
Hindi. Pwede ka rin may pride nun eh. Di ba? May pride ka. Ako, kukunin mo ko. Di ba? Pero 1.5 na lang pera ko. Wala na yung choice eh.
Walang choice.
Grabe.
God brought me to a place where sometimes God will bring us to a place na no choice.
Oo.
Minsan, sabihin mo, kahit ayaw mo, there is something there because God planned it for you.
Yeah. Pero alam mo, let's learn from this, no? Kaya guys, listen. pag kayo mag-uumpisa kayo ng entrepreneurship, huwag niyong iwanan yung cash flow niyo. Yung magtrabaho ka, retain mo yun, yung magbabayad ng bills yan i-build mo muna to. 'Di ba? Ang suggestion ko guys, at least 6 months to 1 year na stable yung second source of income mo na ma-match na. 'Di ba? At may potential pang lumaki. That's the time you resign. At not only that, dapat may emergency fund ka rin ng 6 months.
Tama.
'Di ba?
Kasi hindi mo alam kung kailan magka-cash flow Oo
'Di ba?
Lalo na kung startup, yung tinatry mo pa, experiment yan
So, Bonnie, right now, I do believe, no, na, yun nga, at your age right now, you're 57 ba?
I'll be honest, 75 na ako.
Pero you don't look like one.
Okay, thank you.
How I hope when I'm 75, I will look like you. No? Hindi, sa totoo lang, pakitype lang sa comment section, he doesn't look like one. Feel like one. At saka, matatas pa. May community ka na dinevelop, di ba?
Yes.
What's the community?
We call
all
it
about?
Kapayaman VIP. It is an offshoot of strong following dun sa aking TikTok and Facebook page na Bonnie De Jesus. Then after that, we created Kapayaman Nation, which is a Facebook group, no? Our aim was to help Filipinos develop skill needed for them to thrive para na sa ganon ma-realize nila yung promise ni Lord that I came that you might have life
to the
and life
fullest.
more abundantly.
Yeah.
There is a way where Filipinos can thrive, no? Not only to survive but thrive. Ang kulang natin is understanding the promises of God, understanding where He wants to bring this nation, and understanding our role as a steward of God. Whatever we have, we start with that, and then be a good steward, and then lalaki ka.
So-
we will try.
So guys, later on, I will tell you how you can join the community, kung paano. Pero for now, fast talk muna tayo. Boy Abundas tayo. Tubong lugaw o tamang presyo?
Tamang presyo.
Okay. Debt or equity?
Equity.
Equity. Oo.
Let me clarify. Equity is whatever you have.
Oo. So, save or invest?
Save.
Best business book you've read?
Jim Collins, Built to Last.
Wow. Worst money advice you've ever heard in your life?
Invest.
Oo. Mentor or mastermind?
Mentor.
First big purchase na hindi mo pinagsisihan?
Real estate purchase.
Naks naman.
My house and
Oh,
lot.
pareho tayo. Kapag short ang pondo, anong unang ginagawa mo?
My ability. I have the ability to create wealth.
Kung hindi ka entrepreneur, ano ka?
I am wala na Chiki.
One word to describe your leadership style.
Empowerment.
Faith or strategy?
Faith.
Cash or card?
Cash.
Pera or purpose?
Purpose.
Sa lahat ng natutunan mo sa buhay, ano yung pinakamahalaga?
Stewardship.
Galing naman. So right now, paano, first, how do they join the Kapamilya Nation?
Kapayaman
Nation.
VIP, you go to kapayaman.com, you enter that, and you will see a website where you can subscribe. And we have a lot of learning materials, and we empower you through the monthly webinars, meetups, and then the online consultation.
Tapos, may book ka na sinulat yung
Freedom to create wealth.
Oo. Can you tell us more about that?
We don't want to be slaves anymore to surviving, to becoming a victim of the system, through wrong mindsets. We don't want to be slaves anymore. We want to be free. God wants us to be free. And actually, He gave us the ability to create wealth so that we can be free. But what imprisons us is the way we think. And that is what we have to change.
Yeah. So, where can they grab the book?
Lazada or Shopee.
Meron din sa TikTok.
Meron din sa TikTok pero hindi siya available.
Okay. So guys, check Bonnie De Jesus out. Maraming salamat, and I hope that you are enlightened in this episode. And guys, kung gusto nyo talagang matuto pa, you need coaching, you need mentorship, just type coach me sa comment section and we'll reach out to you to be able to help you. Tatandaan, tamang karunungan, tamang disiplina po ang susi sa pagyaman.
You take a look at the city of Balaga. They started with a poverty level of more than 40%. By the time they finished the program, about 5 years later, you know what the poverty level was? 9%.
Wow.
And
From a
this is-
double digit to a single digit.
That's right.
Guys, ito lang. Pag may utang ka, huwag mo takbuhan. Harapin mo. Talk to your creditors.
Absolutely. I formed part of the economics team and that negotiated for better terms and conditions on how we would manage our foreign debt.
May utang. Oo.
Yes. So our solution was to talk with everybody.
Okay.
And there were so many people saying, do not pay the debts, do not pay the debts. Hey, we are the Republic of the Philippines. This was contracted by the Republic of the Philippines. We are the successful government. We have to honor our debts.
Exactly. Or else nobody will lend
Nobody
you money.
would deal with us anymore.
Oo.
And that is exactly where we were. Nobody wanted to deal with us.
So, where did we source the funds?